Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Arik Cohen. I am a program manager on the PlayFab team, and I'm really excited that you've decided to spend some of this last moments here at GDC with me today, talking about how you can get started with PlayFab and Facebook Instant Games. PlayFab is the only provider, back-end service provider, that is listed with Facebook Instant Games and has done the strong authentication to enable you to really connect and have a platform for your live ops services for your games. And if we take a look, if you've been around the GameStack Theater, if you've been around our GameStack booth, you've seen all the different pieces at play that you can use to make your game even more and more successful. And the areas we're going to focus on today is we're going to start with kind of player management. How do you tie that Facebook Instant Games user into PlayFab so that you can start really targeting them and being able to do rich live ops events that are targeted at your key players? We're going to use the automation capabilities of PlayFab to tie those pieces together, and we're going to show you how you can use Azure Functions to re-engage with your players via Facebook. So with a Facebook Instant Game, you can't use the traditional techniques that you use on mobile games like push notifications. You have to integrate with a Facebook Instant Messenger bot. And we'll show you how you can use an Azure function to do that, tie it all in via automation, and then you can really start doing some communications and targeted interactions with your players using PlayFab. Using all of this together, you're going to be able to create a much richer experience, a much more analyzed experience, and a much more monetizable experience over time for your Facebook Instant Game. Very briefly, let's start out with kind of how all the pieces fit together. We start with your game. And if you're using a Facebook Instant Game, the very first thing you're going to do is integrate the Facebook Instant Games SDK. When you do that, when you start up the game, one of the things that comes back is who is the current player, the context of the other players that are in that particular session. You're going to take that player, you're going to take the cryptographically secure information that identifies that player, and you're going to integrate with the PlayFab SDK. In this case, I highly expect that since it's a Facebook Instant Game and most of them are being written in HTML and JavaScript, that you'll use our JavaScript SDK. We'll show how easy it is to do that integration, where you integrate with PlayFab, and now you've got a PlayFab player that you can start doing a bunch of interactions with. When you want to re-engage with your player after they've left the game, so you want to tell them that it's their turn because it's a turn-based multiplayer. You want to tell them that the tournament ended. You want to reach back out because they're a big winner or because they have the opportunity to be a big winner the next time around. In order to do that, you're going to need to build a messenger bot. And we're going to show how you can do a messenger bot as a webhook into your Azure function, and that Azure function can communicate and create that connection with PlayFab so that you can really tie those pieces together. In order to be able to tie and be able to communicate back to the player, you have to know how to integrate with that Facebook app page so that it exists for your game so that you can communicate back to those players. And then using PlayFab, you'll be able to do operations, schedule tasks, you'll be able to do real runtime operations. Your customer support people will be able to do direct interactions with the customers themselves. And they'll do that by using the Facebook Graph API and broker that through actions being triggered through PlayFab. So let's get started. The first thing that we want to show is how you integrate that PlayFab authentication into your game. It's actually quite simple. The first thing you're going to need to do is you have your Facebook Instant Game, you have your app ID and secret from the Facebook Games developer portal, and you're going to go into our add-ons. And you're going to go select Facebook Instant Games, and you're going to enter the app ID and app secret. That allows us to validate the cryptographically secure player identification when you do a login with your player. What that means is that at that point you can trust that Facebook player is tied to the PlayFab player ID, and you can do all the interactions that you want to do there, whether that's using the commerce capabilities, whether that's doing live events, whether that's taking a look at the analytics. You'll be able to tie all those pieces together. The way you'll tie those pieces together is you're going to start referencing the SDK. Most likely the very first thing you're going to do is include the Facebook Instant Games SDK, and then we also offer off our CDN, the JavaScript version of our SDK. You could also download that SDK and package it up and include it in your game package as well, if you want to make sure and do versioning detection that way. But once you've done that, you're going to need to do login. Login happens right after your Facebook Instant Game starts. So your Facebook Instant Game does the start game async. That's how when that gets returned, when you know that the game has started and you have the credentials of the user. At that point, you go and ask for the signed player info. That's the cryptographically secured information about that player. When you get that, you pass that along to the PlayFab client SDK with login with Facebook Games Instant ID. Once you do that, you get back the player ID and you're ready and rocking to go. It's just that simple to add those pieces of code. Obviously, you'd want to add to put your title ID that you've configured in PlayFab. Let's take a look at what happens if you were to just do that on a nice basic thing and just push that through. Oh, I missed a step in classic fashion. The other thing that you're going to want to do is be able to have the information like the player name and the player avatar available for you in PlayFab, so that when you're rendering things in your communications and that, you can take advantage of it. So after you did that login, you're going to want to check to see that those whether those have changed, and update the display name and update the avatar URL using the data that you got back from the Facebook Instant Games SDK. Let's see it in action. Sorry, I was excited to just show you stuff as opposed to just do slides. And it's coming up. Okay, so what we have here is the live game that I'm going to show you. So it's this player has never played the game. If I go into the add-ons here, you can see that I've enabled Facebook Instant Games, and I have my app ID and app secret. I should scroll away so that you don't grab the app ID and app secret of my very fancy GDC demo here. But what this allows you to do is basically configure and set the connection between Facebook and PlayFab so that we can securely identify those players. Now I'm going to go take a look at my PlayStream monitor so I can see the real-time events as they're happening. And I'm actually going to click in the right place for it. And I'm going to just launch the game here, the PlayFab GDC demo. I'm logged in, and all it did is it did the login, and it spit back the results of the login. It spits back the results of updating the display name and updating the avatar URL. And if I go over here to the PlayStream monitor, I see, hey, that person logged in. They showed up. They linked the account to Facebook Instant Games. They did a display name change, and they changed the avatar. Isn't my dog cute? So it's just that simple, adding those roughly 10 lines of code. You've integrated a strong authentication into a backend service. You've updated the display name and avatar so that you can use that in outbound communication afterwards. And you've created the basis of what you need in order to create live ops inside your Facebook Instant Game. But then you get to the next step, which is, hey, you've built a great engaging game, but you need to be able to reach back out to your players when they're outside of the game. In traditional consoles or in traditional mobile games, there's a variety of techniques that you use there of different push notifications, emails, events. Those are not available for you when you're doing a Facebook Instant Game. When you're doing a Facebook Instant Game, the way that you want to communicate back is through Facebook. That's the way that they see and interact with your game. In order to do that, you're going to have to build a messenger bot that allows you to tie that together. So let's take a look at the steps that are necessary to use Azure Functions to tie those in to PlayFab and create that relationship so that now you can do live ops actions and interactions through PlayFab and reach back out to your players. So why do you want to build that bot? Because you want to re-engage with your players. You want to do things like, hey, you've won, come back. Or there's an event going on right now, come back. So we're going to show just how easy it is to build experiences like this using PlayFab and tying it together with Azure Functions. So how do you build a bot? 4 steps. Most of this information is actually in the Facebook Instant Games Development Center, so you'll see their samples for how to do it, but we'll talk about how you do it and tie it in to PlayFab. First is you need to create a Facebook app page. That Facebook app page gets tied in to and associated with your Facebook Instant Game, and that's actually the interaction point for your players and where they're going to receive those messages in their messenger window. You want to activate your bot. So you're going to create a webhook and you're going to want to register for the messaging gameplays. That will send you every time a webhook request every time that the player exits the game, and allows you to now then do the tie, as well as when you initiate actions from inside your Facebook Instant game. You're going to create an Azure function. It's going to be an HTTP trigger. And you're going to set that and register it in the dev portal for Facebook. And then you need to integrate that with PlayFab. In that Azure Web Function, we'll walk through the code to do that. What you need to do is tie the page-specific ID, so that app page ID, to the Facebook Instant Games player ID. And you need to tie both of those together in PlayFab so that you can communicate back. Because all outbound communications through Facebook Messenger and through your bot have to use that page-specific ID, which is different from the ID that you get when you log in and that you're using when you're just using the Facebook Instant Games SDK. So let's see what it takes to bring all of that stuff together and see it in action. Before we go and see how it interacts at the end run, let's take a look at the code that we have to write to make that happen. This is the Azure function that I have as the webhook for the game that I've written here, Wordly. In this case, the very first part is the stuff that you need to do in order to register that webhook with Facebook. In order to do that initial registration, they send you a nonce, basically a challenge in the query string, and you need to respond that back. That only happens at the initial registration, but it's a tricky thing that isn't particularly well documented, so we give you a little bit of the sample code on how to get through that. Then you get back that body that gives you back those message plays, right? So we're going to just loop through each of those message bodies. We're going to parse each of those entries, because they will cache and potentially send you many players Facebook Instant webhooks at the same time. When you get one of those, what we're really doing is coming back and getting that page-specific ID out of there, as well as the player ID that you get when you're playing that Facebook Instant game via the Instant Games SDK. That player ID is the one that you hooked in when we did that initial login with Facebook Instant Games ID. So we need to tie those two together. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go call out to PlayFab. We're going to get the PlayFab ID from that Facebook Instant Games ID. We're going to call, hey, we have the Facebook Instant Games ID. I need the player ID back from it. And then I'm going to update the data and set some player data of the page-specific ID, right? So now I have the page-specific ID, and I have the Facebook page, the page-specific ID, the Facebook Games player ID, and the player ID from PlayFab, all hooked up to the same spot, so you can do rich communications back to the player. In this case, we also write an event back to PlayFab with all of the body of that webhook message for that particular player. So if you want to do a live ops interaction, or you want to understand and see through our insights product or our analytics about why people are leaving the game, you're getting one of these because they logged out of the game, because you want to get a better analytics and understanding of the gameplay actions themselves, we're just forwarding those webhook responses on to PlayFab to be able to do that. So it's just that simple there. Now, on the PlayFab side, I've created a simple send Facebook message cloud script action. So this is a cloud script function that takes a title, subtitle, image, button title, and it's really what do I want, how do I format the content that I want to send back into that messenger feed. And it's very, very simple to do. We go and take a look at, I need my Facebook Instant Games, the page, the access token, which I've stored in my app title data, and I go look at what the current user's page-specific ID. That's the one that we just wrote via the webhook, right? So we tied all those things together, and then we compose up the nice JSON element and the send API, put together the message body, send that along, and pass it along. We also do one other thing here, which is we update a player statistic on how many times we've sent the player a Facebook Instant Games message since they last logged on. This is very important in Facebook Instant Games. Facebook Instant Games are trying very hard to not do spamming of all the players. So if the player stops playing your game or isn't reacting to your messages, they're going to stop getting them. If you send more than 5 messages since their last login, they will start denying those messages. This allows you to keep track, and on login, we go and reset this value in my game. And the reason that we want to do that is that way you can target the messaging and you can target the reach out, knowing that you only have a limited number of times that you can come back to them. So if maybe the first time you say, hey, there's a tournament coming up. Hey, the tournament's about to end soon. I'm giving you 100 coins to get you started. How do you really tune that experience so that you can re-engage those players? So let's take a look at how that looks like in the game itself and in Facebook. So I'm going to go back to that Facebook player, and now I'm actually going to swap titles here real quick. I'm going to go over to my Wordly title, and I can take a look at the players in the game, and the same one, Florence here. I can actually, normally I'm going to do actions in a much more automated way with using rules and scheduled tasks, and we'll show that in a moment here. But just showing how simple it is, I'm actually going to run a piece of cloud script. So imagine that your customer support person has received a complaint from this player, they found out about it, and they fixed everything on the back end, and they just want to go and send a Facebook Instant Games message that says, title, we fixed your issue. Come back to play. And I'm going to send that cloud script, and I'm going to send Facebook get bot message. I'm going to run that cloud script, and boom, I immediately get a notification in Facebook into my messenger window with that message. Now, that's interesting for kind of a customer support scenario, but a live ops scenario, you're going to do it in a different way. You're going to do that based on rules. You're going to do that based on your events. So for example, I can go in here to my automation, and I can take a look at my scheduled tasks, and I have here a GDC tournament that I'm running. So I want to send everybody a reminder. There's less than 2 hours left for GDC, so I'm going to want to send this notice. I'm going to run it on all the players in a particular segment. In this case, all the players that are registered for notifications, that they've opted into notifications into my game. And I'm going to send them a Facebook message that's a little bit nicer. And I'm going to hit this here, and boom, the GDC tournament until 3 p.m. today. So with a nice image and nice text, really trying to attract the players back into the game. When you take a look at Facebook Instant Games, you have a unique opportunity to reach back to them in the place where they're spending a lot of their time, in that messenger window. And using PlayFab and the live ops capabilities that we provide, you can really, really create some rich experiences. So we've shown how easy it is to kind of get the authentication pieces. We've shown how we can tie an Azure function in to tie the pieces together so you can communicate later. And now, once you've used all those pieces, all the rest of this honeycomb are available to you to create the great live ops experiences that your games need and to be successful on Facebook Instant Games. If you have any questions, I'm happy to chat at the booth or anywhere else around the Microsoft Game Stack Theater. Thank you very much.